Hi, I'm Daren. I'm the horn teacher at Mahidol University in Bangkok, Thailand. Today I will talk a little bit about what makes a more rounded sound. First, let's talk about what is a round sound. A round sound is a resonant sound that has a nice balance of high frequencies and low frequencies. You put those together and they become a round, resonant sound. First, I should say there is not one perfect sound. There are many different good horn sounds. If you listen to many horn players, you'll hear many different sounds. It depends on the kind of horn they play. It depends on where they live. Some countries prefer a brighter sound. Some places in the world prefer a darker sound. It also depends on what kind of orchestra they play in or what kind of playing they do. For example, you would play differently in a brass quintet than you would in a woodwind quintet, and both of those would be different than you would play in a symphony orchestra. So, for example, if a sound has too many high frequencies, it might look like this, and it might sound like oi. It might be bright and harsh. On the other hand, if your sound has too many low frequencies, oh, it might be too muddy and too unfocused. How can you make a nice rounded sound? First, I would say start by listening to as many horn players as you can. Notice what you like and also notice what you do not like. And then decide for yourself, what do you want to sound like? Once you've decided what you want to sound like, keep that sound really firmly in your imagination and let your body find a way to make that sound. This is similar to talking. Think about when you talk. When you talk, first you think about what you want to say, and then you let your body say it. And you don't get too involved in thinking about the mechanics of your tongue and your lips. But if you stopped to think about the very complicated things your tongue and your lips are doing when you talk, you would probably become paralyzed and not be able to talk very well. Sometimes the same thing can happen when you play the horn. Sometimes it's better not to overthink too much. However, I do have some tips you can think about when you're trying to produce a more round sound. My first tip is breathe round. This means make your mouth and your throat and your chest and your abdomen feel round when you breathe. Keep them as open as possible. You can test this by putting your hand in front of your mouth. Like this. When you breathe in, make sure it's as silent as possible and the sound is as deep as possible. If you hear any high frequency like or anything like that, that means something is too closed. It might be your lips, it might be your throat, it might even be in your chest. But if you keep everything relaxed and open, your breathing will be deep and silent. Like that. My second tip is to buzz round. So everything you just practiced when you're breathing, put it into use when you buzz your mouthpiece. For now, don't worry about using your tongue. Just focus on moving a lot of warm air through your relaxed embouchure to get a good resonant buzz. If you want to, you can start by simply buzzing your lips. Like that. And then go to your mouthpiece. It doesn't matter what pitch you get right now. Just think about getting the most buzzy buzz possible. After you've mastered the round buzz, now it's time to pick up your horn. Again, take everything you did with the breathing and the buzzing and simply do it on the horn. I might suggest playing something very simple like a C major scale.